A major national security breach by the White House. I'm Steve Hendrix for your Global Minute. I was a former senior government official in the Obama, Trump, and Biden administrations. I worked on national security issues. I handled top secret SCI documents every day. I participated in top secret meetings, including meetings at the White House Situation Room. I participated in many interagency conversations and discussions on sensitive information. And what happened here was amateurish, it was dangerous, and it was irresponsible. For those of you who may not have all the details, just a quick recap. We had Michael Waltz, the national security advisor, calling a meeting of a small group of the principals. This is the heads of agency, but not from all the departments, but those related to only national security. So it would have been the head of the CIA, the head of the Department of Defense, the head of the State Department. All the major players in national security were on this call, and it was done on Signal, an app. And they discussed the attack on Yemen. Jumping out immediately, what were the big mistakes? First, cell phones. Cell phones are two-way radios. You have no expectation of privacy using a cell phone. Anything you say on a cell phone is immediately admissible in court. Everyone knows this. Your police officers know this. The Chinese, the Russians, French, the Israelis, the Turks, everyone knows this. When you say something into a cell phone, you are broadcasting it to the world. You have no expectation of privacy. They were using unapproved software. You might as well use TikTok. It's just the sheer hypocrisy of saying TikTok is this threat to national security, but let's use Signal. I'm astonished. They were not following the Records Act. You say, well, who cares about some bureaucratic thing about having records of meetings? Look, if you're going to manage national security or any kind of complex international enterprise, every business owner is going to tell you, look, you need to have clear instructions and you need to hold people accountable. And you need to coordinate and you need to make sure that there's not any confusion or ambiguity. That's how national security works. That's what the Records Act is about. They intentionally went on Signal because it obliterates the records of the meeting. It's poor management. It's the kind of sloppiness that you'd see from some amateur group, but it's also the kind of behavior you would expect to see in a very complex organized crime syndicate. It was not done in a secure environment. Normally, you have to do these kinds of conversations in what's called a SCIF, a sensitive, compartmentalized information facility. You can't just do this on your cell phone. In fact, you are not allowed to have two-way radios, your cell phone, in a SCIF. They are specifically taken away from you, and you're not allowed to enter double doors unless you are completely secure. You look at the conversation that came out in the Atlantic, you see that this was completely unprofessional talk. You got emojis, braggadocio. This is not a video game. These are real people's lives. This is real national security. This is not some sort of boys, adolescent, middle school conversation. And yet, for all that tough bravado talk, they're acting stupid. They are putting American lives in danger by having very poor operational security, OPSEC. This is very basic to anything in national security, and I am astonished that anybody in government would behave in this way, let alone our absolute top leaders responsible for our national security. Axios published today some excuses that some are giving for this. One, that this was some sort of deep state setup. Oh my God, believe what you read. These guys set it up, they organized it, they excluded anyone who could have told them that this is wrong. Not a deep state setup. that this is some sort of 5D chess, that this is a brilliant move. You got to be kidding. I've just gone through all the reasons why it was entirely stupid. They're trying to blame the Atlantic. The Atlantic didn't ask to be included in this. They just included the magazine, which published the discussion. The folks at the Atlantic are heroes for exposing, giving our secrets to the enemy and broadcasting them. The other excuse is that this is somehow a minor mistake. Look, spillage is the technical term for this. Spillage is serious. It's how our adversaries get our secrets and make threats and undermine our national security interests. The people doing this are doing it with such bravado and such arrogance that they must think that they're immune, that they're above the law, that there's no consequences. This is real arrogance. If I would have behaved in this way, certainly I would have been fired. No questions asked. If any of my employees behaved this way, no questions asked, they would have been fired. This is not an issue of left versus right. It's not a Democrat issue or a Republican issue. This is a threat to national security. It's a threat to all Americans. Your thoughts in the comments. I'm Steve Hendrix with your Global Minute.